Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing on today? I am super duper excited. Do we have a treat for you guys on today? We have James Monte Montague hanging out with us today. And guys, he has a new book that's hot off the press. It's called Hood Minted. And he's going to be sharing with us today, talking a little bit about his new book, all of that good stuff. And we will be sharing with you how you can get your hands on a copy of this amazing read. Let me just tell you guys, I was sharing with Monty behind the scene. I was like, I've already underlined and all that good stuff in my book, guys. It is definitely a great resource for you guys, and you'll want to get your own copy because you will want to write in it and take notes as well. We have Myra Cook hanging out with us. Hey, Myra, thank you for joining us on today. And of course, guys, before we allow Monty to introduce himself, like, tag, and share. You know what to do. Tell a friend to tell a friend to come on down to the cafe because we are hanging out with James Monte Montague on today. Monty, look, and that's what everybody calls you, or what have you. Please, my friend, introduce yourself to the people.
Okay. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate you inviting me to the show and being a part of this. Yeah. So my name is James. Everybody calls me Montague. I grew up in Southeast Raleigh, native born here in Raleigh. My wife and I, Wanza, both grew up in the Southgate Project. We've started out in the cosmetology industry and worked like that for years, and now we're into real estate development. Now we've been doing it for almost 30 years, serving the community in different capacities when it comes to affordable housing, when it comes to commercial space, and just filling in the gap of what's needed in the community. So that's
I
just
love
a
that.
yes. Thank you.
I love that. I love that. Well, guys, you heard it first. He is hanging out with us here at the cafe. And like I said, you are in for a treat. But I want to talk a little bit about your new book that is hot off the press, my friend. And I want you to know that once I saw it, I was like, oh, he has a book. Let me get my copy
Yes, ma'am.
of this particular book. And again, I love the flow of it. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But there are some things that we have to spill a little bit of tea about. First of all, I want you to share with the people what inspired you to write this book.
Um, I've been talking about writing it for years. A lot of people always ask me, look, you need to put a book together. You've got some serious life experiences and some lessons that people could learn from. People need to know your story. And, I didn't really think it was important until, some things happened in the community and it made me feel like, I need to share this knowledge. None of us is getting younger. Now is the time to actually tell your story to encourage people and to let them know that if you can become successful, they can become successful too. And not only that, but here's the model. So we've put together the blueprint for success, the principles that we've used in order to become successful over the last few years in business. And it's not easy when you're starting out with nothing. Again, I started out cutting hair in my mama's kitchen for 50 cents a head back in 1993. And I mean, 50 cents is not a lot of money, but it was more of serving the people. And over the years, I've learned how to serve the people and add different resources and to help serve more and more.
Now, I love that because that was one of the things that we were going to talk about a little bit because you tell us that from 50 cents and a pack of Kool-Aid. Now,
Yeah,
if you from where we from, you know all about the Kool-Aid. I got to ask you, what's your favorite color? Look,
right,
what's your favorite Kool-Aid? We always used to say the color instead of the flavor. But
right.
from 50 cents and a pack of Kool-Aid to multi-million dollar developments, you got to talk about that a little more.
Yes, yes. Well, one thing that I learned, and the reason why we throw the pack of Kool Aid on there is because, what I realized is they have what's called a proof of purchase seal on the back of the Kool Aid packs. It's a little square that you cut out, and when you mail that, you accumulate a lot of those, maybe 50 of them. You mail those back to the corporation, and the corporation will send you T-shirts. They'll send you socks, underwear. The
Wow.
major thing was a Kool Aid picture. I don't know if you ever seen the Kool Aid picture. Oh, I wanted one of those so bad. So that was actually 125 stamps that I sent back in. So the more I collected, the more I could actually reinvest back into my business because the corporation was sending me these things, and I became known as like the Kool Aid kid. You got Kool Aid everything, man. So that's how that started. And one thing I started learning is that's upselling in business. I didn't really understand that's what it was at the time, But what I would do is I would make the people Kool-Aid that came and got haircuts at my house, and I sell
Wow.
Kool-Aid. So I would actually have Kool-Aid to actually be able to make them Kool-Aid, so I could upsell and upcharge a little bit, and also provide them with a service that they would appreciate.
Wow, I love that. I love it. So even back then, you created a win-win situation for them. It was like, they was getting a service for you. But not only that, Monte, you was giving them quality service. They got a nice glass of Kool-Aid with their cut.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then what I would do is I saved up and I actually bought an Atari 2600. Now most people in the audience probably don't know what Atari 2600 is,
We telling our
but
age. We telling our age.
yeah, if you grew up in the 80s, you know exactly what that is. So, but that was a big deal to actually have an Atari in the project. So, we had an Atari and Combat and, all those games that we played, the table tennis, the tennis and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
we had those games, Pitfall, all those things were big time in Atari. So they would come to my house. So it's like I had a little arcade there. So they would have something to do while they sat and waited for haircuts.
I love that. I love that. Guys, if you are just joining us, let me just tell you, go grab you a warm beverage, grab you a paper and pen, because Monte is spilling some tips. He is telling us about his new book, Hood Minted. And I got to add the rest, Fueled by Faith. Monte, tell us a little bit of why the Fueled by Faith was important to add that to the title of this book.
Well, the name of our company is F7, and F7 actually stands for faith in action, because in the Word of God it tells us that faith without works is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say and proclaim that you have faith and that you believe in God if you never have any works that actually are manifested into reality, into being.
Mm-hmm.
So we put our faith into action, and we have the result of that. So faith in action is the name of the company, and we truly believe that you can't do anything really of substance without having strong faith. Uh, Over the years, we've been challenged multiple times in having the 2008 recession. That was really rough when it came to real estate. We actually had a recession back in 2003. People might not know about. I mean, you went through COVID. All these tests, when you come out of them, they become your testimony.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have faith. You've got to maintain faith, and you've got to truly believe in what you say your mission and objective is. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we really put fuel by faith.
I love that. I love that. And one of the things that I like about your book, Monte, is that one, it's an easy read, guys. I promise you. He breaks everything down for you. But I love these chapter titles, and we're going to talk about a few of them. I mean, you have one that there is no success without a succession plan. You have Playing with My Money is like playing with my emotions. You have Tests Are Not Supposed to Be Easy. Tell us about these chapter titles and what that was like for you in creating this book and the titles.
So those chapters actually came out of deep meditations. I wake up crazily early in the morning. I get up at 3 o'clock every morning, and my first hour of the day is praising God, asking for guidance, getting my meditation in, understanding that I have to clear my mind and not let the things that happened the day before affect this day, because each day is a new day for you to live your dreams and to start over.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give thanks for waking up. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people go to bed one night and don't wake up the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's something to be thankful for. Some people don't realize that you get to wake up. You get to get up. You don't say, I have to get up. No, I get to get up. I'm like a kid around Christmas. I can't wait to get up in the morning. I get up and jump out of the bed and say, thank God. Because I've had a health experience when I was 26 years old. I actually had a stroke and almost died at
Wow.
work. And it was because I did not have balance in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't as close to I needed to be as God. I didn't take care of myself physically, mentally, and spiritually. I was just waking up and just whatever happened just happened, and that's no way to live. So
Mm-hmm.
what I try to do now is be intentional, and I try to let people know that you have to be intentional in life. And those titles were really challenges. Every time I had a strong challenge in my life, I came up with a new challenge, a new
Mm-hmm.
chapter in the book. So
Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
those titles were things that I was personally going through. And I
Wow.
say, if you go through something and you don't actually learn the lesson from it, then you just wasted all that pain. And like one of the chapters is, never waste the positive power of pain or something I put like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pain is actually for your good sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It makes you stronger and it makes you dig deep and it makes you seek God's face and understand that there's really nothing that you can do without having God in the center of your life. And I know some people
Mm-hmm.
won't agree to that, but I don't really care what they agree on.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what I believe, and I'm sticking
I'm
to
with
it.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
love that. I love that. Now, Monty, we're going to get a little more into the book, but I want you also to talk about there was one chapter in here that you talked about. I just had it. I'm sorry. And I flipped off of it. I wanted you to kind of elaborate on it for me just a little bit.
Okay.
Begin with the end in mind.
Yeah.
You hear that a lot, but tell us a little bit about why you feel like that's important for people to know in your book, Hood Minted. Begin with the end in mind.
Right. Well, you have to actually, especially in business and in life and in relationships, you have to really understand in order to get where you want to get to, you have to really know where you want to get to. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of times people are just roaming through life hoping that something good happens. You have to actually have a strong power of visualization and imagination. That is the thing that to me brings me closer to God, having a vivid imagination and understanding that if it's something that's easy to get, normally I don't want it.
Mm.
I set the bar high and I put my goals way out there so that I have to grow and become a new person in order to
Mm-hmm.
accomplish those things. I don't want to be the same person I was last year. I want
Mm-hmm.
to grow in God and understand that by setting my goals high, I have to learn how to visualize and affirm, have affirmations, and keep those things in the center of my mind as I move
Mm-hmm.
forward towards the goal. So when I say begin with the end in mind, what I do is I visualize the end, and then what I say is, what do I need to do to become the person that deserves this result?
That's good.
And then
Mm-hmm.
I walk it backwards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean when I say begin with the end in mind.
I love it. Guys, I hope you are listening. He is dropping some jewels on today. We are hanging out with James Montague, guys. His new book, hot off the press, Hood Minted. And guys, guess what? Hold on tight because we will be sharing with you how you can get your hands on a copy of Hood Minted. If you guys are just joining us, thank you so much for joining us on today. We have a jewel hanging out with us today talking about his new book. They're saying thanks for the good word, and some of the things that they're saying in the comment section, Monty, as well. And so, Monty, I want to point out something else. Let me just tell you, there are so many nuggets in this book. But one of the things, and guys, this is right on the back. It's not spilling too much tea, but you tell the people that this book is more than motivation. And I totally agree with that. It is definitely more than motivation. You also indicate that it's a blueprint for anyone ready to break cycles, walk in faith, and build something that lasts. Elaborate on that a little bit for us.
So a lot of times, you read these motivational books and you feel good when you're reading the book,
Mm-hmm.
but then you don't really have a blueprint or a plan or anything to follow or anything that can take you to where you need to go. In the book, I talk about the success that we've had in real estate. It's not important that I've had success in real estate. It's not important that I've had all these years of sustained growth. What's important is that I have the key to make you understand and help you understand how you
Mm,
need to get where you want to go to. Somebody else, you can't live somebody else's success. I've heard
that's
somebody say,
right.
"I can't chew your food." So, so your
Basically.
success is right. So no matter how good it tastes, I can't chew your food. So what I can do is help you prepare the meal and help you understand how to enjoy it and to create a inheritance for your children. And like it says in the word, a good man leaves an inheritance, or woman leaves an inheritance to his children's children.
Mm-hmm.
I can show
Mm-hmm.
you how to like break that what people call generational
Yeah.
curse and cycle of poverty by thinking different. We have to actually learn how to think different and know that what we're thinking is relevant and is possible.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mm-hmm.
in the one part of the book I think I talked about if you believe that you can't do something, there's no need to try it
Right.
because you're right. If you think you can't do,
Right.
yeah, don't try it because you can't. If you think you can do it, however, you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And don't get it twisted. Don't say, well, I think I want to do this. No, you can't think you want to do something. You have to say, I'm doing this. As a matter of fact,
Yeah,
how I do it now is I speak and I say, it's done.
it's done.
It's done. It's
I
done
love it.
with no doubt. Because when you start, doubt is the enemy of success, and it's the
Mhm.
enemy of progress. A
Mhm.
lot of
Mhm.
times when that's why you can't really hang around everybody
Right.
because people can speak negative into your life and raise that fear and doubt in your mind and plant the seed of doubt in your mind and
Mhm.
mess you up for the day. You're trying to help them and they'll mess you up. They'll bring you down.
Wow. Look, you are teaching good. You are teaching good on today. I love it. I love it. And let me just tell you, you got some individuals that's in your amen corner as well. We have author Joy Massenberg hanging out with us. She said, I'm late to the party, but what is the title of this book? Joy, let me tell you, it's a good one. It is called Hood Minted. Fueled by Faith. And we will be sharing with you how you can get your hands on a copy of this book in just a bit as well. Monte, they're selling you truth. They're saying, agreeing with you that you are definitely speaking truth. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, we are hanging out with James Montague on today, guys. We're talking about his new book, Hood Minted, and he is dropping lots of nuggets and jewels on today, and we'll be sharing with you how you can get it. Now, Monte, one of the things, if guys, once you read the book, you will definitely find out. Monte started very early. As he's told you, he was in his mother's kitchen cutting hair, is when he started with this book. But Monte, as you think back and all the things that you have accomplished, think on this for me. And then if you can share with us or spill a little bit of tea, what
Okay.
would your current self tell the 18-year-old Monte?
So I think the current self would tell the 18-year-old Monty, take your time and don't be so in such a rush.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that's part of the problem why I had a health issue and had the stroke because I was trying to prove something to people at a very early age. And honestly, people don't care that much.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trying to prove anything to anybody? People are so busy dealing with their own situations, they don't really care about you like you think they care about you. So it's best that you care about yourself first, and then you can have enough to share and care about other people. But somebody else's opinion of me is not my business. They have the right
Mm.
to think about whatever about me they want to. They have that right. This is America. They can say, well,
Mm-hmm.
this guy's a bum. I don't like him, whatever. I don't like the book. I don't like whatever. I don't like. That's not my business. You have the right to think that way. So I would tell myself, don't worry about what people think about you. It's all about what God knows about you and your heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what
That
I
is
would tell
so
myself.
true. That is
Yes.
so true. Monty, I am having a good time. Let me just tell you, talking with you today. I'm so excited for you. I'm so proud of you and all the things that you have accomplished. And just to create a book, to put all this knowledge and stuff in there is just amazing. So this is a book, guys. Let me just tell you, it's a nonfiction book, but you have to add it to your list of reads. It definitely needs to be your must read of 2025. Not only will it need to be a must read, but it is a great resource. And when you get it, you're going to want to get a copy for somebody else just so you can talk about it. And you will write in it. You will take notes. It is definitely a resource guide. Monty, he did not leave anything out. He left it all on the pages for you guys as well. And so, Monty, hearing that type of feedback from this particular book or what have you, what are some of the things that you want people to take away from this book when they receive it? Because again, like you said, it's not just a motivation book. It's actually a blueprint. It's a guide. It's a resource. What would you say to that?
I would want people to take away the fact that the first thing I did, like on the first introduction page, before I even went into the book, I prayed and meditated deeply and
Mm-hmm.
really asked God how I could bless people, how I could put it all out on the table. A lot of times people are kind of stingy with their knowledge and information. One thing that I've learned is when you pour it out, you can't beat God's giving.
Mm.
So think about that. You cannot beat God's giving. So if you throw it all out there and you put all this information out there, don't say, "Well, I'm putting it all out there. I'm telling too much." No, say, "I'm going to tell it out all. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to plant these seeds, and these seeds are going to manifest." Um, one thing I want people to take away is some of the biblical principles, like the seed, for instance. We look at a seed and just see a little seed. The seed doesn't look at itself as a seed. The seed feels that it's a forest. And the seed also feels that if it has the proper nutrients and sun and water and everything, then it can manifest to be what God made it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to grow to a certain point. It's going to grow as much as it can. And we need to look at ourselves as seeds. So we're God's seed. So we
I
should look at
love that.
ourselves, right. We shouldn't look at ourselves as just a person. I'm just Monte or you're just Angela. You can look at yourself as, listen, I'm a child of the Most High God.
Mm-hmm.
God put me
Mm-hmm.
here to manifest the greatest of his ability. He
Come on
manifests
now.
things, yes, he manifests himself through us, through our actions, through our works, through our emotions, through our feelings, the things that we create, the things that we leave behind. So that's one of the things that I wanted to leave. And another thing I wanted to talk about, Angela, is that, we own a lot of property. We own shopping centers, we own apartment complexes, houses, and things. But truthfully, I don't even own myself.
Mm.
I don't own. This hand is not mine. This is what God let me loan. He loaned me this so that I
Mm-hmm.
could live the life that He wants me to live and give glory to God while I'm here on earth.
Amen.
So
Mm-hmm.
when you understand that you truly don't own anything and you can't take anything with you, then life changes for you, and it all of a sudden becomes about what you leave, the legacy that you leave behind. It's not what you can take with you; it's what you can leave behind.
I love that. I love that. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are hanging out with James Montague on today, talking about his new book, Hood Minted. And just hold tight because in a couple of minutes, we will be sharing with you how you can get your hand on a copy of it. And James, we had a great question in the comment section. Kimberly wanted to know, do you speak with young men? She was like, young generation need this right now. And if so, can you expound upon that a little bit with you giving back and speaking to the younger generation?
Absolutely. I often speak at different schools, elementary schools. I actually do some speaking at, North Carolina State University, North Carolina Central. I do speaking engagements with, what's the one over there by Washington Terrace? I'm asking my wife. I can't. Phillips School. I've done speaking at different schools around with North Carolina A&T University. But I do. I'm happy to speak to young people. All you got to do is hit me up, reach up to me, and I'll be happy to speak with young people because they do need this information.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I want to ask you this, Monty, and then we have to play a round of this or that. It's just a little something that we do here at the cafe. I promise
Sure,
you when we play,
sure.
there's no right or wrong answer. It is all things according to James Montague on today. But before we do
Okay.
that, I want to ask you this because we live in a society today that a lot of people are going into entrepreneurship. Same thing, especially with the younger generation as well. But what advice would you give that person who want to step out on faith and follow their dreams or even go into entrepreneurship?
The major thing I would say is to leverage all of your resources.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds, you know, cliche, but what young people need to really understand is that when I was coming up in the 80s and 90s, Angela, we were coming up in the 90s, early 2000s, but especially the 80s and 90s, we didn't have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google, LinkedIn. We didn't have any of those resources. We had
Lamonte, we remember when pages came around. We had the payphone. Okay, can I
right,
get a quarter?
right, exactly. You had to buy time. You had to go to the store and buy a card
Five
and put
minutes.
time on it. So yeah, and called all these numbers. So all those things, we didn't have the resources that the young people have today. I mean, if I had to start all over with the resources that the kids have today, I'd be so much further ahead. I mean, we had an encyclopedia and a dictionary. That's all we had.
Okay,
And as a matter of fact, the encyclopedia was my grandma's at my grandma's house, and they were already 30 years old. So we were dealing
right.
with old information back in the 70s. So we were dealing with
Yeah.
information from the 40s and 50s, you know. And then you had a
Look,
little bitty
and the
dictionary.
library,
Yeah,
the
you remember the little
library for
dictionary?
real.
Yeah, the library, microfiche, and all that stuff. I mean, it
Yes.
was hard to find information. You had to either know somebody, which many of us in the projects didn't know anybody that knew anything about business. But nowadays, all you got to do is go to the internet. And I'm not saying it's 100% accurate, but it's way more accurate than what we use. So I
Mhm.
would tell them to leverage every available resource. Reach
Mhm.
out to people and sometimes do what I consider the stupid phone call. I will call anybody. If I see something that interests me, somebody I want to meet, reach out to people. Don't be
Mhm.
afraid. I mean, what are they going to say? You got 50-50 chance. If you reach out to somebody and they don't respond, so what? Reach out to somebody else.
That's
So,
right.
I would reach out to anybody. If something that I'm interested in is something I want to know or learn, I'll reach out to people. And a lot of times I'll research them a little bit and I'll understand, okay, I'm not just trying to take from you in this relationship. How can I add value to this person? Because honestly, I don't want the person to hang up on me. I want to say, well, you know what? I may be asking something from this person, but how can I help this person accomplish what they're trying to accomplish? So it's a win-win situation.
I love that. I love that. And Kimberly, telling her, she was saying, "Speak up." Yeah, basically, speak up. And sometimes, Monty, you had said something. You was talking about like sometimes you might be scared or what have you. And I have learned over time. You know what? Do it afraid. Do it afraid. But the the
Right.
the, the fact of the matter is, you're doing it. You're taking action or what have you. So I
Absolutely.
love that. Thank you for sharing that. Okay,
Absolutely.
Monty. Look. I'm saying they're in your amen corner. Charlotte, she said that's true as well. We're going to play a quick round of this or that. And like I said before, there's no right or wrong answer because it's all things that are according to you. First things up, Monty, we're going to have a little fun.
Okay.
Okay. Are you
All right.
road trip or plane ride? Road trip or plane ride?
Plane ride.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we do a
All
lot
right,
of traveling
Monty.
all over the world, Africa, China, and you can't drive to them places, so you got to fly.
Yeah. So, okay, plane ride. I love it. Okay, Monty, is it day one or one day? Is it day one or one day?
Tell me what that means.
Meaning, like, are you a person in your thinking? Do you think, okay, one day I'll do this, or this is day one of me doing this?
Day one, all
Day
the way.
one. Okay. I
Yeah,
love that. I love that. Now,
I hate
Monty, I
procrastination.
probably
It's
know
trying
the
to be
answer
next.
to this because you're a businessman. Okay. Are you a morning person or are you a night owl? Morning person or
I,
night owl?
I am a morning. I'm up at 3 o'clock every morning. Three.
I
I,
figured. I figured. Look, up early. Up early. What they say, early bird gets the worm. Up early. I love it. I love it. Now, Monty, you got to share this one with us, my friend. Are you going to the beach or are you going to the mountains? You and Wanza are taking
oh,
a trip, beach or mountains?
that's a hard one actually, because we've got a new project in Asheville where we'll be doing a big mixed-use project. So
Uh
I'll
huh.
be going to the mountains, but I would rather go to the beach.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
It's all things according to you. And this is the last one, Monty. Of course, here at the cafe. Are you team coffee or are you team tea?
Team T.
Team tea. I love it.
Love
I
tea.
love it.
Tea every morning.
Now, Monty, I'm gonna throw this one in there, okay? Because I mean,
Okay.
we from the South, but I need to see what kind of South you from. Sugar and grits or butter and black pepper and salt? Please don't say sugar.
Butter
No.
and black pepper and salt. I don't understand the sugar and grits. I don't get that. That can't be a North Carolina thing.
Look, I had to say, what part of the South you from? Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I love it. I
Right.
love it. Well, Monty, thank you so much for playing a quick round of this or that with us. We are so appreciative of that. But now, guys, of course, there is a giveaway. I'm going to allow Monty to share with you what the giveaway is going to be. I know what the giveaway is, and it's good too, guys. But I'm going to let him share what the giveaway is going to be on today. Monty?
Okay. Thank you, Angela. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. The giveaway will be a book, the Hood Minted book, as well as we have a horse ranch that we just bought in Mebane, a 40-acre horse ranch that we're doing weddings, birthday parties, and things like that. We actually had our first wedding Saturday, but we're giving away a F7 Blackstone Ranch T-shirt.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, all you had to do to be in the running for this amazing giveaway, which is a copy of the book Hood Minted, as well as a T-shirt from their ranch, is comment in the comment section. So, Monty, I'm gonna get you to help me out. I am getting ready to go up and down the comment section, my friend. When you tell me when to stop, that person will be the winner of the giveaway, and I am ready when you are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, whenever you tell
Okay,
me to stop.
are you going up and down now?
Uh huh.
Okay, ready, stop.
Okay. I stopped on Kimberly Tetherton, and she told me to ask you about barbecue.
Barbecue.
Well,
Okay.
Kimberly, you are the winner, my friend. If you will inbox me your information, I'll be sure to get that to Monte, and we'll make sure we get that giveaway out to you. Thank you so much, Monte. It has been amazing, my friend, hanging out with you. Let me just tell you, the time goes by so fast. But of course, we're gonna share with the people how they can get their hands on a copy of your new book, Hood Minted. If you can share with them how they can order a copy.
So a couple different ways. It's actually on Amazon now under Hood Minted. So if you go to Amazon, you can get it on the Hood Minted, and then starting next week, it's going to be actually at Barnes and Nobles on their site. And also, if you reach
I
out to me
love
through
it.
Instagram or LinkedIn, I can actually I got a few copies myself, and I sign them and personally give them to the people for 19.99. That's the cost of the book.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, we'll make sure that we put those links in the comment section so you can order you a copy of Hood Minted. Let me just tell you, it is definitely a book that you will want to use. It's a resource guide. You will want your own copy of this particular book because, like I said, you will definitely write in it, take notes, all of that good stuff, and you will definitely want to have this in your books to read. Tell a friend and tell a friend that it is definitely one of the books of 2025 that you need to get your hands on a copy of this book as well. And so, Monte, again, it has been amazing hanging out with you. Please share with us how can we stay connected with you. But before you do that, I want for you to also tell the people. You did say that it's available on Amazon. It's available
Uh-oh.
on Barnes and Noble site, and then they can get it from you. Correct?
Oh man, what happened?
Uh-oh. Did I lose
Angela,
it?
I think we lost the signal.
Okay. Can you hear me?
It's saying something. Having trouble connecting. This is often called
Let's see.
unstable internet connections. Oh man.
Can you hear me, Monte?
Mm-mm. Hmm.
Somebody said
That is
it may
weird.
be storming.
Let's
Can
see.
you hear me?
Let me see. Chat window.
Let's see. Just in case, guys, I'm gonna say it one more time to make sure that
Hmm.
you hear it. We will be putting it in the comment section how you can get your hands on a copy of Hood Minted. It is available now. It is hot off the press. It is available in print copy, and of course, we'll make sure that you guys know how if you want an autograph copy
I
from
don't know what
Monte
happened.
as well. Let me see if he is Monte. Can you hear me?
Oh, we
Okay, he
back?
may still can't.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Can you
back.
hear me?
Okay. So again, Monte, I want to allow you, my friend, to have the last words of what you want to say to the people.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. I don't know what happened with our signal right there, but I really appreciate you guys joining us, and I really appreciate the support and all the great questions. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm James Montague on Facebook, Montes F7, I think, on Instagram, LinkedIn, also James Montague. Our Instagram for our ranch, our 40-acre horse ranch, is F7 Blackstone Ranch. So you can reach out to me at any of those mediums. And also my email is public. It's montesf7 at gmail.com. MONTES F7 at gmail.com. Looking forward to hearing
I
from you
love
guys and appreciate the support.
All right. Thank you so much, Monte, for hanging out with us on today. We'll make sure we put those links and stuff in the comment section, guys. That is our show today. We were hanging out with James Montague, his new book. Go get you a copy and tell a friend and tell a friend. And guess what, guys? Books make great gifts. Mother's Day is coming up. Buy a copy for your mom or buy a copy for someone special in your life. Gift them a copy of this book, Hood Minted, as well. That's our show on today. Definitely stay connected with James Montague. Stay connected with me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done that as well. And of course, as we always say, guys, have an amazing day because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Go get a copy of Hood Minted. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.